Oh,
Oh,
I think
dear.
we did it. I think we did it. Can you hear him?
Can you hear me
him?
now? At last, please.
Can you hear him? Have we got a post show? Is it working? Can you hear him? Did it? I think we did it. Can you hear him?
Can you hear me
him?
now? At
I
last.
think you must be able to hear
I
him.
think we're hearing it now. I think it finally got sorted.
Yes.
Oh, thank God for that.
Come on, boys.
Get in. Oh, Jesus.
Best result we've had all day, mate. Best result we've had all day.
Oh.
Okay, so Sheffield Wednesday Football Club have just played Wycombe Wanderers a little while ago now. We were trying to sort this stupid audio thing out. I am losing touch with Wednesday. I'm not. This week has been an absolute shambles for many reasons. Punk, give me your thoughts on Wycombe versus Sheffield Wednesday today.
I've rather gone and dug the garden out and planted something because it has been a shambles. We just don't look like going. We don't look like going. We don't, when we are attacking, the final ball in isn't good enough, or there's not people going for it. At the back, we actually looked a lot stronger today. I can't think why that is, because the keeper knows how to parry the ball to the side and out for a corner, not just give it to like Akinfenwa to go score a hat-trick or two. Luckily, we actually kept him at bay quite well today, to be fair. And I loved the bit in your stream when you were on about Iorfa beating Akinfenwa. I thought that was class. But the problem we got is that he's running out of time and we're running out of patience now. You can't keep having the same excuse every game now. It's every game. They're a good bunch of players. They're a good thing. Well, show us. There's no desire. There's no fight. I don't know how you feel, but the fight's gone.
No. Exactly. No, that's what I feel. I'll just say before that, RL Valley Owls just give a $1.99 super chat, so thank you very much. I've supported Dexterity Watch all day today. I'm sure Punk saw that in the chat. I feel like that was a sackable manager, sort of like he knows where it's going and he's given up in a lot of ways. And I don't understand why he can come out with all this crap about fight when that's the exact opposite of what I've seen from the Sheffield Wednesday team in the past week. Three teams that
fight out of a paper bag.
No, the three teams that our fan base obviously expected us to be. As I said, and I've said on record many times, nothing's ever guaranteed in the Championship because teams will surprise you, and that is exactly what's happened to us tonight. But it's this afternoon even, but it's even worse because Wycombe were bottom of the league apart from us with our deduction, and we couldn't get past them. We kept lobbing balls in. We kept trying to play the hoof ball. We played crosses, and every header in that box was beaten by a Wycombe player. What do you think?
It's like teams know how to play amongst the side now. Everyone knows what the deal is. Everyone's seen what we've done last season. He doesn't change it. For some reason, he wants to do this three at the back. We haven't got the players for three at the back. It just doesn't work. I remember a good couple of seasons ago when we had Carla, we were all screaming for three at the back at one point because we had the players. We don't have the player for his formation. And I don't get why it's not going in his head. And like in his interview on Friday, he's on about Championship manager and then real life management. Well, everyone can tell we don't have the player for the formation you're doing. I'd rather just have four at the back. Go for a simple 4-4-2. Every player knows that pretty much. It's simple. Granted, we may not have the winger for it, but if you go 4-4-2, I think he's overcomplicating it in training and making it harder than it should be. The only positive today was Wildsmith had a really good game. Pelopethy had a really good game. And I thought Adam Reach tried to make things work. Kachunga looked very lively. But apart from that, I don't think Patterson and Marriott had a great game. I thought Windass looked good, but I'd rather have him as a striker.
Sorry, carry on.
No,
I love
the problem he got is that we know we needed pace either if it was on the wings or up front, and we haven't got it. And that's what we're missing.
Well, that's what I was saying about Patterson on the stream. Like, I've been crying out, if people have been following my content for a little while, for years, when we had the likes of inverted inverted midfielders, wide midfielders that were cut inside, I was screaming out for wing play because at the time, as you said earlier, with the Carlos time, we were crying out for this sort of system where you could get like wing backs and fly on because we had the skill to do it. And I didn't. Well, it's weird because like we've had all the jigsaw pieces there for a little while and nobody can put the puzzle together. And there's clearly a bigger issue with it. Is there a hierarchy in Wednesday that we don't know of? What the hell is happening? I feel like since Bruce, we've had an absolute collapse. That was the turning point for me where everything just fell off. Joss was a bad appointment, but I feel like Chansiri got it back on track, and now it's just sunk and sunk and sunk. Monk had a good rise to the start, and then ever since that Christmas turn, it's just fallen off a cliff. This start of this season, I was really happy watching our performances. I thought we actually played with some sort of consistency to our style, and there weren't the errors there as such. We were beaten by unfortunate circumstances in a lot of those earlier matches, and we've not seen it in this past one. Luton, Wycombe and Rotherham have been absolutely shambolic performances from us,
They should have been point clear in the bag, but they weren't.
Yeah, well, even as I said, that's not even off merit of the other teams. I don't expect to beat anybody in this league. I think we should have at least shown ourselves a better fight in those matches. Rotherham was the one that really annoyed me because our heads just went down and they never got back up at all.
Can I just point out something? Everyone keeps saying Nigel Pearson. Pearson has said it time and time again. He will not come to the club. He will not do it to his family. And I know everyone wants him to come in, but he said time and time again, every time there's a manager position, he says he doesn't want it. He liked being in Sheffield. He liked coming to visit family. The problem is you're someone who's done well at a club. The moment you do bad as a manager, you then can't really come anywhere near that team or that town because they don't want you there. So as much as people saying he's the person coming, and you look at his record as late, it's not great, to be honest with you. I think when it comes to management, I think we might have another foreigner we've never heard of again.
Well, I also get that. I'm just looking at the chat right now, and I can see Maxwell Edwards has said, I doubt Bullen will take the interim job since he hasn't been around the first team. I think it'll be Hughes. Well, with Bullen as well, have you seen the results for the under-23s?
Not great.
No. So that's the thing. You don't want him in the first team because they are mirroring the first team at the minute. We've just got no clue generally all round. And as I said earlier, we would be including a little bit from a tweet I put out earlier about the post show when I talked about it in Dexterity Watch earlier on. And our first tweet comes from Comley, who says, just awful, we're missing something, but I don't know what. We just don't have any style of play, no personality on the ball. It's just poor week in, week out, and I'm losing hope in us. And that for me does describe where we're at, especially after this week. It's like, at the start of the season, we were playing really nice passing football, really nice attacking football. And then it seems we've kicked on. And today, we started playing hoofball against the Wycombe side. In Rotherham, we didn't really have any clue at all. In the Luton game, we were trying to match physicality with physicality, and we came up trumps every time. We were losing the other end of that every time. I don't know what you think on that, but I genuinely feel like it's got no consistency like we saw at the start of the season.
The problem is that there's no consistency, and to be fair, it's very hard to get consistency with how many times he's had to change with the red cards and injuries. Leave that all aside. That's nothing he can do about, to be fair. Red cards is a bit of discipline. That is on him, teaching them to just be less as dicks when going into tackles. But at the same time, he got everything he wanted now. He got the players he wanted in. He got the backroom stuff he wanted in. And these were meant to make him better. And it seems like it's gone the other way around. It's like he got his lads in now. It's like, all right, we'll have a piss up now. We'll be able to do this. We'll do this, and we'll just take a piss. I've always said Chansiri needs to be owner, and then he needs a chairman to come in to run the day-to-day football club, like a Daniel Levy.
Like a CEO, a proper CEO. Yeah. I wouldn't be objected to that. Carry on, sorry. Yeah, that's the thing.
I think he got the issue. He liked to be in control of it, and I don't. And the problem is, as much we've all criticised him in the past, he's the only one putting money in. When people turn around and say, "Oh, Chansiri needs to go," there's nobody in the climate who's going to buy a football club right now. He's the only one pumping money in.
That's where I'm sitting on it. I don't want us to turn into a Berry or a Bolton. That's why I'm like, be careful what you wish for wanting Chansiri out, lads, because we are not an attractive proposition, and the people that are going to be in for us in this. If you're going to be realistic in our current climate at Sheffield Wednesday Football Club, the people that are going to be in for us are the people who think they can make a few quid right off a few. The only person who's actually going to keep us afloat is somebody who is happy with losing money. I can honestly see us. Look what happened to Wigan. It could just get a lot worse. And I know that's not a nice way to look at things because you shouldn't look at it like that. But that is easily what could happen if we're not careful. I just want to shout out Caboodlefish for the £2 super chat. He says Graham Alexander's available. I don't know at the minute, to be honest. I don't know what you think on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure at all on that. Because at the minute, you look at the names that could come in. And that whole thing, you look at them on paper. To be fair, on paper, Monk looks like a good proposition. But when Monk came in, I was one that didn't want Monk in because of his old off-field dealing when he was at Middlesbrough, Leeds and stuff, and everything that happened. I thought, that sounds dodgy, let's not go for that. But that seemed to be cleared under the rug. The problem we got is, we're going to turn into that club that constantly changes manager until we get it right again. Under Bruce, we thought we had him. And then the snaky little bastard got a message and then took his dog for a very long walk.
Are you trying to get me demonetised?
But no, I'm not. I'm really not. Sorry. But the problem you got is that there is an issue with the whole situation at the club. And it's from top to bottom. But the problem is Chansiri don't tell you anything. Chansiri keeps himself very guarded and very close. And in this day and age where everyone's on Twitter and social media, that's not a good thing to be. You need to be a little bit more open. No, that's the thing. Triple Skills on Twitter said to that, not good enough. Monk has brought in the players and the staff he wanted, and we're still on -4. That's the thing. And also, I said I think we'd actually, if you look at it now, I think we would be second to bottom. Would we not? Yeah. If you look at the points, even if without the points deduction. Am I wrong? I think you're right. Oh, let me have a look. Am I wrong? Guys. If we have a look at the tables as well. Feel free to correct us on that chat. But I feel like we'd still be in the relegation zone if we didn't even have the points deduction, because we'd be 23rd. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I can see Lewis saying Sam Allardyce, Eddie Howe. I've said Sam Allardyce is that kind of relegation manager. Premier League, would he step down? Would he take another job? Would he take the Wednesday job? It'd be a money thing again. Eddie Howe could build. I don't know. Problem is Eddie Howe, he left Bournemouth due to money. Yeah. So is he realistically going to come to Wednesday? Is anybody going to come to Wednesday? You know? Shall we do it with an X Factor thing? Every week we have to decide. I mean, to be honest, mate, the people, they could probably afford us at the minute. That's about the attractive proposition that Wednesday could bring in. That's the unfortunate thing. I can see TMPG's just coming and going, did we lose? No, we won. We're happy and loving it. No, we're loving it. We're having a great time. Great time over here. It's worth mentioning on the Rotherham game, go and follow me at dexteritywatch. It's on the screen on Twitter, because this is where I try and get stuff ahead of time so we can all talk about it when it comes around. But I did a poll the other night on my Twitter during the Rotherham match. I think it was towards the end of it. And I said, is Monk done at Sheffield Wednesday Football Club? It had 131 votes. 87% of the votes came back yes, because I had a yes or no. 13% people were already too drunk to say yes, and they clicked the wrong button. So the fact is Monk done at Sheffield Wednesday FC? Won out on that poll. I also did the same thing in my channel, which was a little bit more... I'd say it was a little bit... You do notice in the channel we do get the level-headedness because we have the chats a little bit more. We do try and think things through a little bit. We definitely got a little bit of that with the actual poll I did in our chat in the community tab, which was... I think it was still majority... Yeah, it was. It's actually got worse over time. I've just looked at it again. So that had 93 votes in our subscriber tab, and that was an 81% yes and a 19% no. And I said, if you don't think so, what's the comments underneath? We had somebody saying chairman first. Maxwell Edwards say chairman first from the roots. Yet again, I've just said be careful what you wish for with owners. So many clubs are going bust because of it. Marcus D. Salvatore in the community tab
This is a good way of getting featured, by the way. Subscribe and comment in there. See if I can loan some players in January 1st. I think January is probably too late, mate. I think there needs to be a club statement. I mean, Punk, while I'm talking about this, you can refresh Twitter. There might be one already. We've got Ethan Edwards who says formation changes needed, not working, plus now have too many centre-backs out. Fair. I mean, we are playing 3 at the back and centre-back injuries are going to play into that. And a lot of people were also saying, let's see what happens at Wycombe. If it's a Wycombe loss, then it's a definite Monk out.
The only thing I have just found is a picture of Monk smiling like a Cheshire cat, hugging one of the Wycombe coaching staff. Like, that's not what you want to see. It's 6 wins in 32 games and losing 4 on the fin.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God, people are wanting Mick McCarthy now.
Oh, Jesus.
Again,
another one that won't come due to family issues.
We had 2 consecutive seasons in the playoffs, and now people are crying out for Mick McCarthy. And I've just seen people crying out for Tony Poulis as well. It's Edward, member of the channel, has said, Cowley brothers may be good. I know a lot of people on the Huddersfield side who don't think they were given the right chance there. And I know a lot of people in the Wednesday fan base thought that. I'll definitely be doing, you see my videos, I will be doing a specific, if Monk gets sacked, I'll do a specific video on what the plan is, what is now. But let's just touch on one more manager situation. What would you think about Cowley's?
I would want them in, but considering they got turned down for this job originally, would they want to come? They were number 2 to get the job and Monk outpipped them.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'd be like, well, you didn't want a first time round. Why should we come now?
No, exactly.
It's the kind of job that's going to go to someone, and it's not a manager I want to bring in, but someone like a Joey Barton at Fleetwood or something.
Don't even say it.
I don't want Joey Barton, but it's going to be that kind of person if it goes from like League 1, League 2.
I did say it's going to be a nasty style manager that needs to keep us up. You need someone that scraps. I've seen people go and just let the fans manage the squad. To be honest, at the minute, they're the only people who could kick these players up the arse. Yep. You know, because it's from a player level at the end of the day. I can see.
No, not Brian Laws.
No, I've just seen that as well. No, mate, you don't remember them Brian Laws days much, if that's what you're saying. I'm surprised we've not seen more Megs and things, because that's where it always defaults to in this.
Just to educate you, Felix, Brian Laws managed to get Sheffield Wednesday and Burnley relegated in the same season, and it's quite a really good feat to do that.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying Monk's not going to get sacked as well.
I don't think he will either.
I could see it. I could see him giving him till Christmas, and by Christmas we're possibly relegated. So, right. You can probably take Luton out of the equation now, because Luton have been surprising a few people in terms of results. So you can't really say they're a team that Wednesday would expect to beat. But struggling Rotherham, definitely struggling Wycombe.
Yeah.
And just no fight from the players, you know?
We looked really good at the start of the season, and that's the problem. We actually looked decent and okay.
Flattered to deceive. What the saying is, you know, we deceived a lot of people with the flattery, and I was even saying on the streams, look at the playing out from the back. We've got talent. We've got these young, hungry players coming in. Oh, look at these players that are coming in because they don't hate the fact that we've got a points deficit. They actually care about kicking on and making a name for themselves. And I actually think, we were talking the other night, actually, and it's worth talking about here. You said you think the team's been dismantled too early.
Yes.
Explain a bit more.
So I have a funny feeling that this team should have kept some of the players from last season that went out, just to bed some new players in to get the culture and stuff. And Monk gone basically, well, I want you out. These are the players I want in. And you need those old school players who've been there a while. Like, you've got Bannon at the minute. You got Bannon.
There's not many. Reach has been there a while, but he's not that old. He's 27-ish.
But you had the likes of Atty, who, to everybody that hates him, he was a good member of that squad, and every player always said he was a key component. To the point when you had Hutch was a bit like it well, but we lost so many players last season. that to bring all these in, it was going to be difficult for them to gel anyway due to coronavirus and no proper pre-season, let's put it that way. But you also got the situation where if you dismantle a club where you let a load of players that have been at the club who know the club and know the players, like the management and like the kit lady, tea lady, they know who to talk to or they live around the area. They can go, this is where you want to go. And then once you lose that and dismantle that, you have to start again. And starting again on our rebuild, especially in the point deficit we're in, is a nightmare. And I'll give Max credit. Like he said that the point deficit isn't Monk's fault. It's not Monk's fault. It's not the player's fault. It's the club's fault. But at the same time, Monk should be telling these players that you need to get into this. You're the only ones that are going to get us out of this.
And we'd still be 23rd.
We'd still be 23rd.
Yeah, exactly. So without it, we'd still be screwed. We'd be one place better off. So it's like that's the thing. We are a relegation form side at the minute, and I'm glad what you said there. You didn't say the likes of Forestieri, Fletcher, and Fox, because I think they were the bad eggs in there and they went left for the wrong reasons. But Nuhiu is one for me as well, and that's going to get me probably hating itself, but like I remember when Carlos left and he said in an interview that season he lost Semedo and that it was hard to pick things up because we didn't have those characters in the dressing room that could carry things through. Now I feel like Nuhiu was one of those that you knew if you were chucking the big man on, it was going to get you something out of a game. I actually feel like where we've lost out this season in these sort of matches, like today, like Rotherham, look at the goals Nuhiu's got at Rotherham. They hated him because he gets us the wins there, and that's where it came in the past few seasons. And we've missed out on him.
The other one I put in that is Kieran Lee.
Yeah, even though it's a character from the injury room, but it's still a character all the same.
And the problem is that we've got a very young team now.
Yeah.
Some of them have been to a lot of clubs in a lot of short periods of time, which isn't good. But I don't see a leader on that pitch.
No.
Bannon is, as much as Bannon's a really good player, he's not a captain.
I think he also could be in the future, but I think we'll lose him well before that.
I think I also might go in January.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
If that happens, we are down.
Yeah, no.
Because the problem I got with Bannon is on Wednesday night, he was screaming at Deli Batshire. That's not what you need. You need him to put his arms around his shoulder, go, right, you need to do this, this, and this, and push on. But he was just screaming at him. And that's not what you want from your captain. You want your captain to be motivated. I
feel like he should be our captain. I'm on the other end of that. But players that have come through like Man City's academy where they get coddled, definitely you don't want to scream at him because they're not used to that. No. You want to approach it a little bit differently. I saw official say, quite funnily, Wycombe will win 2 games this season. Next one on the reverse fixture against us. I mean, that's probably not wrong. That's probably quite accurate. I could see Felix saying Deli Bashiru's good. I said this. I'm surprised he didn't get a game today with his physicality in this, especially given we were playing hoofball.
Out of interest, where do you next see our next win coming from?
Let's have a look at the fixtures, shall we? Because that's a good shout. Because aren't we playing Bournemouth next?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I forgot. Right. So we've got... It's the Championship where we've got Bournemouth and then Millwall, then Preston, then Swansea, then Stoke, then Reading, then Norwich, then Huddersfield. Probably Huddersfield?
Yeah. And when we play
on the 8th of December? So no wins in November? No win November. Is that a new charity thing? Sheffield Wednesday, no win November? Maybe.
Give all the money to Sheffield Children's Hospital.
Yeah, food banks, all things like that. Let's do it. But yeah, I think we'll need to, because you'll be joining me for future post shows. We probably won't do them every week, and we'll try and make sure we get the audio issues sorted beforehand. But I thought it's a good way to talk about it. To wrap up today, not good enough. What would you say needs to happen now?
That's a hard one. I personally would say Monk needs to be given a little bit of the kiss of death on the chairman, saying, right, this is what you've got to do or you're gone. But what I think will happen and what will happen is 2 things. I think Chansiri is so burnt from Bruce that he doesn't know where to turn next. And the problem is, like you said before, we are still in a Bruce hangover. We've never really got over that. It's like a really bad breakup and it's just not. We just not got over it, and that's an issue. And we all call for a next English manager. We got one in Monk. Maybe we're going to go foreign again, but I don't know. He got to turn it around. He got till the international break to hopefully pick up a win or two.
I mean, Wagner's not been doing amazing, but I could see him coming. I could see that being a Chancery appointment. But yeah, I can see a lot of people saying new manager, we need an aggressive manager, things like that. So it is looking like, and we will follow up on this, especially on the next Dexterity Watch. It's probably not going to be Bournemouth. I don't fancy watching us concede 8. But we will definitely follow up on this in the future. But right now, thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Thank you very much, Punk.
Thank you,
Punk Chef 41 on YouTube. Go and subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. Does Wednesday content, but we thought we'd combine, because he does post-match reviews. We thought we'd just combine it and do it here, because you guys have been asking for me to do it. He already does it. We thought, perfect way to do it. Let's combine it. Thank you very much for coming on this week. I'm sure you'll be on probably the next one as well. And maybe we've got a new Wednesday manager. Thank you all for tuning in to the first Dexterity Watch post-show, where Sheffield Wednesday have lost 1-0 to Wycombe. Like the video before you leave. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.